let's get into the difference between being addicted or just being distracted. And I'm going to go through the general characteristics of addiction. Now, you might want to write these down, but these could apply to, let's say, food, chocolate, carbohydrates, pornography, caffeine, work, even good things you could be doing in your life in excess. So we want to see what addiction is about. So if it's media addiction, this is what it would look like. Number one, you have tried to stop. You've said to yourself, this is way too much. I'm out of control. You tried to get off social media more than one time. You tried to stop television more than one time, or gaming, or you have put boundaries on your cell phone and you have not been able to keep up with them. You said this is out of control. You made more than a half-hearted effort to change this behavior because you got convicted about what you're doing. And those around you were encouraging you maybe to change. Maybe your spouse or your friends or even your 4-year-old saying, Mommy, look at me. You don't want to be the lady who I heard about when I was on vacation in Utah, whose child died 4 feet away from her in water because she was on her cell phone. You don't want to be distracted and miss your child's cry for love and nurturing. Number two, you made promises to others and you have failed. You told your spouse, your kids, and maybe your parents, okay, I'm going to stop doing this. And you have failed. You're not able to keep your word when it comes to this thing. Number three, there were consequences. Like I just shared about this person. I mean, that's a really serious consequence, having your child die. But there's consequences of not being present, okay, with your children, having arguments about this, changes in your relationship, changes in your job, losing your job because you're on your cell phone, or just the guilt of not being the best husband. You can't be the best husband if you're entertaining yourself 20 hours a week. You can't even be a great father. You can't be a great grandfather if you're having great. I mean, I love spending time with my children and my grandchildren. And if I get an extra window of time, I want to pick one of them up and say, come on over, let's go in the pool, let's play. Let's invest in them, okay? So look at that. Number four, you keep doing your media behavior even after you've had consequences. I've known people, even though they've gone to counseling with me or one of my counselors about their media addiction, maintain their media addiction, or their porn addiction, or their gaming addiction, and they kept it up, even though they were being threatened with separation or divorce or financial consequences. I've known men and women who have literally lost their jobs because of being on social media, and they still stayed on social media. So there's been a consequence, and you just kept going. Number five, you find yourself doing more and more. Now, just think for a moment how many hours you are willingly in front of a screen that you're not being paid for. I'm not talking about work hours. Count television, count the cell phone, count movies, Netflix, all that, any gaming, any time on social media, and seriously, take just 30 seconds and add up the hours in a week you are in front of the screen. Now, you might want to ask the Lord if that's acceptable behavior. If it is, you're fine. If he corrects you, you want to hear this. And if you need help and you're really addicted, we're not done yet. This material's free. You're going to have no excuse before heaven why you can't break these chains. Number six, time. You start getting into multiples of hours doing this stuff. That's why I had you evaluate the time. Because if you're at 10, okay, you really should consider this. If you're at 20, 30 hours, you have a problem. Doesn't matter. Okay, even if you're retired, you're like, Dr. Weiss, I don't got nothing to do. What? You're a slave of God. Go find 3 churches and serve them. Go witness for 3 hours a day. If you're retired, you're the biggest carrier of the kingdom that we have. Don't be sitting at home. We need you out there. Number 7, tolerance. You were able to binge watch whole series or waste an entire weekend on media. You have tolerance. If you can sit in front of a screen for multiple hours a day, or on a Saturday, you knock out 4, 5, 6, 8 hours, you have tolerance. I can't sit in front of a screen that long. It drives me crazy. I have to actually feel like I'm being productive in some way, not in an obsessive way, but I just feel like I just can't give a screen that much time? It seems odd to me. Number 8, getting sad if you can't access your media. If, if you get out of range, you start getting stressed or anxious. And anxious is a real thing because you get anxious about things that don't exist. All those people on social media, you're anxious about their situations. You're anxious about, you don't need to be, okay? Or you even get depressed if you can't get online, okay? If you're on vacation and you can't get online, you actually get depressed or down or you feel withdrawals. And if you don't think that's you, try it for a week. Try a media fast for a week. If you go through withdrawals, that's real. You can get moody, irritable, not be fun to be around. Try taking away media from a toddler. Try taking an iPad away from a 2 to 4-year-old who's addicted. You will see them become a monster because they're addicted already. And parents, we need to do better with that. We really do. The brain is being developed. They really shouldn't be having a lot of media. I'm a psychologist. I'm telling you, the stats on depression and anxiety for your children, if they're in front of a screen too much, goes up more than 100%. If you love your kids, you protect them from this stuff. It's okay to have moderation, but it's not okay to get them addicted. Number 9, decreasing other activities. You start pulling away from doing other things, hanging out with your friends, being involved with sports or exercise, not going to the gym, not going to Bible studies, not volunteering anywhere, not giving of your time anywhere, but to your device. When you look at your life, has it become smaller as it relates to real people, okay? Things that don't involve media. Now, I want you just to count on your fingers the behaviors you are thinking about that I went through 9, okay? You've tried to stop, number 1. Number 2, you made a promise to others and you failed. Number 3, there were consequences. Number 4, you kept doing it. Number 5, you find yourself doing more and more. Number 6, it takes more time. Number 7, tolerance. You can do it for a long time. Number 8, you stop doing other activities. Now, how did you answer each one of these? Yes or no? If you have more than 3 of these yeses, you're probably addicted to whatever media is in your life, or substance, or behavior, or relationship, whatever you put there. Now, don't worry. Jesus has come to set you free.